Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Well, first off, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce. I am your runner. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I am doing a live stream in two different places. So if I'm looking down here at these guys, you're on Facebook. If I'm looking up here at you, you're on YouTube. It was a pain to get this set up. I tried to go live a few ago, and then the wife was like, hey, we need food. And I agreed with her. So first things first, let's get to it. Phil is watching from Facebook. Phil, invite. Chaz is here. Hey guys, invite everybody that you know to watch this live stream, because this is the live stream where I fill in everybody on what's going on with Peace to the Region. Also, I am streaming on YouTube as well, so if you guys didn't catch that, you can go over to the YouTube channel and catch both perspectives. So more me or more of the banner. I wish the banner would flip, but it's not. I tried. Anyway, yeah. So, well, let's get started. So first things first, for everybody out there, I am just going to get a couple things out of the way before I start talking about Peace to the Region. First thing that I'm going to get out of the way is I am doing a giveaway. I'm going to give away two $50 gift cards when I reach 250 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And how do you enter for this? Well, you go to my Facebook page, and there is a post on the Runner Facebook page, which is linked down in the description. And all of my videos, I am addressing the YouTube people right now. I'll get to you guys later. And it's all my videos. It's down in all of my videos. Go to my Facebook page. There is a post. It's pinned. It is Roast Runner. If you've watched my videos or just have something sarcastically funny that you want to say or take a jab at me, that's where you're going to go to do it. You're going to go to the Roast Runner post on the Runner Airsoft Facebook page. You're going to roast me. When I get to 250 subscribers, I am going to pick my two favorite roasts, so the people that burn me in the funniest ways, and I am going to give those two people each a $50 gift card from an Airsoft website. I have not bought the gift cards yet for a very good reason. I'm not going to buy them now and then chance I never reach 250 subscribers and then nobody gets a gift card. So now that is out of the way. So go subscribe to the channel, share this with all of your friends. Share my channel, share my Facebook page, get everybody in on this, because this is going to be a very, very exciting stream. I actually have to pull up a couple of things on my computer in order to get this going. Okay, so we're going to pull up that one. Yay. All right, now I have lots of stuff. Wow, I have all kinds of documents right now. Okay, let's get into why everybody should be here. This is Peace to the Region. What is Peace to the Region? That's a very good question. Well, Peace to the Region is basically the question, and the answer is Pathfinder. What is Pathfinder? Operation Pathfinder is a massive open world event that Kiowa Creek Airsoft is going to be doing in late July. Don't quote me on the dates because I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I know it's like the last weekend in July. It is a 2-day event. They're charging $100 to come and camp, and they're like supplying everything that you need. Like they're going to supply BBs and everything. Okay. So that's what Operation Pathfinder is, because that's the answer. It's a post-apocalyptic live game. Now, in the post-apocalyptic future, it's always fun to play those games. It's always fun to role play and get into character and really understand like what the story is about. And a lot of times for games like these, whoever's hosting the game is just going to release a little thing that says, oh, well, there was a war, and then this is the post-apocalyptic game. Well, Peace to the Region is the war. It is the battle. It's what gets you to well, and to Marky on Facebook, if Pathfinder is a success, they're going to do it again, and they're going to do more events like it. That's the thing, is it's not just a one-time thing that Kiowa Creek is going to put on. And I understand that it is expensive, and I have talked to the field with why it's as expensive, and that is because they are going to be supplying BBs, they are going to be supplying props, they have to make sure that they have field staff ready, up and running, and there is a lot going on with it. I do absolutely understand that it is expensive. Trust me, I know. But yeah, if it is a success, if we can make it a success, it's not going to be a one-time event. And then when the field knows that games like this are going to be successful, there is a chance that Pathfinder may drop in price in the future. Now, don't quote me on that, but I have seen things like that happen with games and stuff like that, just as I've been back into Airsoft for a few years now. So anyway, when it comes to Peace to the Region is going to be a 3-part event. Okay. Now, to the best of my knowledge with Peace to the Region, one, it's going to be for the normal weekend cost of admission. Okay. Whatever you pay to get into open play at Kiowa Creek Airsoft, that's what Peace to the Region is going to cost for each event. So like for the month of June, I know the first one's in the month of June. They're running a special in June, so it'll probably be for the same price that the special is in June. Because they're, you're getting a discount when you come and play in June. In July, when the other two are going to be, I don't know if they're going to maintain their special prices throughout the rest of summer, or if they're going to go back to their normal pricing, which isn't much more expensive for weekend open play. Anyway, okay. Now, Peace to the Region, like I said earlier, is a 3-part event. And the way that it breaks down is that the first game is going to be more scripted than the last two. And there are going to be 3 factions that are going to fight each other. By the way, whoever is in the chat, do me a favor and share this with as many people as you possibly can, because that would be absolutely fantastic if you guys could get the word out and share it to a bunch of people for me. So what Peace to the Region 1 is going to be is it's going to be a fairly scripted game. There are going to be 3 factions, and all 3 factions are going to be fighting against each other for control over the region. Okay. And I will get into the storyline. So it is going to be somewhat scripted. It is going to be some less open play than the other ones are going to be. And it is very, very much going to break down as you go through Peace to the Region 2, Peace to the Region 3. How is it going to break down? Well, you would imagine that if a war is taking place, and you would imagine that if people are affected by a war in real life, the rules to life are going to kind of change, and the rules and the name of the game is going to kind of change. And so with Peace to the Region, as a buildup to Pathfinder, as how did we get to this post-apocalyptic world? How did we get to an open world game that is going to allow players to make up their own stories, allow players to make up their own time, build their own factions? How do we get to an open world game like that if we're starting with a very scripted game? Well, that's because when we get there, when we start with a scripted game and we get to an open world game, 2 and 3, the rules are going to break down. The scripting is going to break down. It's going to start getting more and more players the ability to act out their roles, to act out what they're doing. So that's where all of the players are going to come in. With Peace to the Region, the reason that the field is able to keep the cost as low as possible is because the way that I'm designing Peace to the Regions 1, 2, and 3 is to make sure that they are as prop light as possible. So that way, we don't have to go spend a huge amount of money in order to bring a good amount of experience to the players. Okay. And there's a couple of props that we're going to need. Obviously, they're going to be missions, they're going to be objectives, and they're going to be things that we need to do. And every game is going to have something slightly different. But again, it's all going to break down starting from a military invasion, 2 forces invading an occupied country. And it's going to break down into an open world post-apocalyptic game. Now that I have covered that, let's get into Peace to the Region 1. As soon as I can find it, here it is. So, for those of you who may not know, the story for Peace to the Region 1, here is how it goes. The 3 factions are named, so please try to keep up with the names that I have chosen. If you think they're dumb, well, I suck at naming stuff. So, Peace to the Region 1, the storyline is Kaimar and Sorvad ended their wars many years ago. A treaty was signed between the two countries that they would no longer border each other. The maps were redrawn and the borders were pulled back. This now open land became a land that was quickly filled with outlaws of both states. The natives call it Cathal. For many years, Cathal was a place of new beginning until the regime came. Quickly, the land of Cathal became overrun with the martial law imposed by the regime. The Sorvads paid no attention to the regime as they acted as a violent barrier between them and the Kaimars. The citizens of Kaimar felt the same. Now, however, the violence has spilled over into the rival countries, and both governments of Sorvad and Kaimar have decided they want to dethrone the regime and institute their government in its place. This is a gross violation of the treaty signed all those years ago, and now the two countries will not only work to claim Cathal as their own, but also kill their rivals once and for all. Casey, how are you doing? It's fantastic to see you. So, sorry, just bouncing back and forth here between both cameras. And that's the story behind Peace to the Region 1. So you're essentially going to have a force that is occupying a part of the field, or even all of the field. 2 other forces have to come in and essentially try and, with military action, kick them out. There's going to be objectives. There's going to be hard-fought battles. There's going to be penalties for objectives not getting completed. Similar to how, you might get a penalty in a video game if for some reason you are to fail that objective. And the reason I put penalties into Peace to the Region 1 was to incentivize people to complete the objectives. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that go, oh, well, I don't care if there's an objective. I'm just going to go pew this, the crap out of people. And that's all fine and dandy. But if objectives are lost, there are penalties that will be faced. They're not entirely steep, but they do kind of get the ball rolling into Peace to the Region 2. And at the same time, Peace to the Region 1 does kind of need a more clear winner or winning team than anything. Now, all 3 factions are still going to be very involved in Peace to the Regions 1, 2, and 3. So just because one team is the winner, yeah, Field 2. So Chaz is actually saying in the Facebook chat right now that Field 2 on Kiowa Creek is going to be would be like the major battlefield, and he is right about it being the major battlefield. However, the objectives that you have to complete, many of them take you out of Field 2. And they don't just keep you in the town either. Like, keep in mind, Field 2 goes across the river and up on the ridge if you've ever been to Kiowa Creek. So now you guys know the story behind Peace to the Region 1, and I'm just going to go over a quick summary of kind of the rules that are kind of there for Peace to the Region 1. Okay. So obviously the missions will be conducted in phases. There are 4 primary phases. Now, you may not know these phases are going to be happening at that time, but there are 4 primary phases that are going to move the game along. And as those happen, each faction is going to receive slightly different orders. They're not all going to be the same orders. And even to the point where you may not be playing the same game as the other people. You're all going to be fighting each other, but you're not out for the exact same like goals, because there's 3 factions, and so you have to have goals for 3 factions to basically screw each other over and keep the battle going. Each phase will have one or more objectives, or one or more primary and possible secondary objectives. These must be completed during the designated phase. And again, there's a reason for completing them in like a time limit. There are penalties, as I said earlier, for not completing objectives, such as bleed out times, being increased, being imprisoned, so on and so forth. Okay. So there are definitely penalties that you may not want to lose. You don't want the penalties if you lose the objective. My goal here, how many squads to a faction? That is a very good question. As far as the factions are concerned, squads will be picked during each phase by commanders or by volunteer players that will be able to go out and complete certain missions. The reason for that is because certain missions will involve players having to go into an enemy's fob to do something. And these are only some of the missions, though. They're not all of the missions. Only some of the missions will do this. And the reason that certain people will be picked in the phases is so that way you don't just have a mob of like 25 people rushing into someone's fob and just completely obliterating dudes that are in there that might be trying to grab a snack out of their water jug, get some water or whatever. Only, about 5 people will be allowed in the squads. Now they can have backup squads that are allowed to take them too, but there's also going to be a distance, a minimum, basically a minimum engagement distance from a fob, so that players can go into their fobs, reload with their speed loaders, so on. Brigade Milsim, you're going to have to fill me in on that one. You're going to have to fill me in on that one because I want to know. I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyway, so, but yeah, that's essentially what we're going to do. CX won't obliterate a fob as long as other people get good before then. So anyway, let's see there. So the tan and green factions, or the Kaimar and okay, so tan and green factions will receive 1 medic per every 10 players on their teams. Field approved tourniquets, ace bandages may be used, or by placing 1 hand on their members for a slow 45 count. Again, these are going to be longer games. They are going to be heavier. I know, 45, counting to 45, holding somebody. Make sure you bring an ace bandage or a tourniquet. Now people can always walk back to a fob or a respawn, but yeah. The post-apocalyptic faction. Now, keep in mind, the post-apocalyptic faction. Oh, my thingy just fell. Did you see it? Everybody saw that, right? Yeah. Oh, well. I'll get something else to hang it up eventually because it's been pissing me off for a while now. But anyway, damn. Well, and that's why again, only certain objectives will be handled at the fob. Only certain objectives will be handled at the fob. Okay. And again, unless those objectives are active, nobody can just like run into a fob and just go wreck. Like I said, I'm not going to have it to where, a team of, 20 people just goes and just fob camps somebody. And I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have somebody do that. So, damn tape. Oh, well. All right. So that's why the fobs are going to have a med on them, with the exception of people who are specifically allowed to break those. And they will be, during those phases. Post-apocalyptic. Okay, so the post-apocalyptic faction will be able to buddy heal their members by field approved tourniquets or ace bandages. And remember, the post-apocalyptic faction is supposed to simulate a very large force. You're invading their country. There's supposed to be more of them than other people. So we're giving them a slight advantage. Or they can obviously, so they can buddy heal, or they can do a slow 45 count to get back into the game as well. And that's so that way, am I setting this up? I'm working with Kiowa Creek to get these 3 events going. I am not going to be like the event hoster. I'm not taking any money for this or anything like that. I simply asked Kiowa Creek. I said, hey, I really like, I just like coming up with games. It's fun. I have this crazy, insane idea in my head to tell a story, to build a story through Airsoft games. And they said, yeah, just show us your idea. And if it's something we want to do, we'll do it. And so that was really cool that Kiowa Creek is doing that. Like I said, I'm not taking any money. I'm not like an event hoster or anything like that. I really love the field and I really love the community out there. And I wanted to attempt to come up with something that was really kick ass for people to play. So, like I said, so the post-apocalyptic faction is going to be able to buddy heal instead of medic heal. All teams are going to start with a 2.5 minute bleed out time to start. That can change based on objectives. Okay. The tan and green factions will be directed to start in field 1, the north line of Kiowa Creek, and field 3 on the south line. Post-apocalyptic faction will be will start scattered throughout field 2. The factions will have to claim a fob during the exercise. And again, the fobs cannot be like destroyed or breached unless a specific like mission objective like says to do that. Because again, I don't want people to feel like they're getting spawn camped if they happen to be getting spawn camped. I think that would be absolutely ridiculous. And that's just not something that I want to do. So give me just a second here and I'll jump right back into all of this. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, and now, so those are essentially kind of, that's Peace to the Region 1. That is how Peace to the Region 1 is set up. Each faction will also receive a 5-minute ceasefire. Okay. The ceasefire, that's funny. No, that the tire fort can't actually be a fob. And there are game rules behind that, but as we get closer, I'll start revealing more stuff. But no, it can't actually be a fob. So we'll get closer to that. There will be capture points in the game as well. That will not be in field 2. But no, the fob, this is where that might piss some people off, but the fobs are going to have to be buildings or structures in field 2, to make sure that grenades over the tire fort are fun. Very true. No, but it is a capture point. It will be a capture point. I fully intend for the tire fort to be a capture point and to be utilized. So that way, you always have buildings that are in contention, because the fobs can't be in contention all the time. That would just ruin the game for people. So I am going to have multiple capture points that I'm working with Kiowa Creek. We're going to have multiple capture points that people can go. They can get them. They can hold them. They can use those as like closer respawns if their medic's not close to them. And that's essentially the big thing. That they could be like a halfway point to stop if they had to go get an objective, and they can like hold up there while somebody else, helps like fight stuff off with them. So, but the tire fort can't be a fob. Fobs are all going to have to be located in field 2, in a structure in field 2. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that when people are running back objectives, they kind of have to run back into the battle to do such. And that's where the ceasefires come into place. Each group will be given a 5-minute ceasefire. No limited ammo. You guys, no limited ammo. You guys bring the ammo you're going to bring, and just bring enough to last the day. This is more fun. I'm not going to set up like a bunch of like crazy, like, stupid amount of rules. Just bring the ammo that you plan on using. No limited ammo. So, lost my train of thought. Oh, ceasefires, technicals. Got to talk to Kiowa Creek on that one. I have to talk to him about that one. I haven't worked that out yet. And not only that, I think a lot of the vehicles that they have are down currently. Might have technicals for Peace to the Region 2. So, but I do have to check. I do have to talk with them on that one. So the ceasefires will be 5 minutes, and it pauses the game. Well, as long as their insurance will cover it, offer it up. Please, no vehicles. I don't know. We got to work it out. So the ceasefires, guys, I'll answer your questions in a second. Keep asking them, and I'll answer them in just a second. Let me get through the ceasefire rules, because this is the last part of the rule set for Peace to the Region 1. So the ceasefires will affect the town of Field 2 and the forest of Field 2 only. Okay? That's where the primary battle is going to take place. That's where you stop the game. Okay? Every area, the riverbed, the ridge on the other side, Fields 1 and Fields 3, all of those are still active. All of those are still going. Okay? So with all of those still going, you can, maybe people are getting a little tired, right? And the commander says, all right, ceasefire. People can take a 5-minute break. Now, that doesn't mean you pull your mag out and you just sit on the ground. No, it's a ceasefire. You just can't shoot. You can walk wherever you want to, right? Now, if you start trying to close in on somebody's fob, they might shoot you on that one, because the ceasefire, I'm not going to let people just storm a fob during a ceasefire. But maybe you're carrying an objective back. Maybe you don't need a break. Maybe you're carrying an objective back and you're breaking that plane of fields into Field 2, and your commander sees that that's going on and calls a ceasefire. So that way the objective that you're carrying can be carried safely back to the fob. So they can be used tactically, or they can be used just to give people a break here and there if they need be. Each faction will only have one ceasefire that they can use. Okay. And that's pretty much the bomb vests and IEDs. You guys that would be so cool. There's totally the bomb vest and the IEDs. There's totally something in this. I'm not going to go into it because I want people to be surprised at some of the stuff that I like cooked up for this. Like, I don't want everybody to know, but there's like some stuff that would totally work for in this game, the bomb vest and the IEDs. So Peace to the Region 1 is a country getting invaded. It is a country being taken over by two other countries or two invading forces and trying to struggle and hold on. So will the regime maintain control, their martial law, their horrible, horrible martial law over the region of Cathal, or will the Kamarian and Sorvad forces come in and take Cathal? We got to find out. And then Peace to the Region 2 is going to be very political, and there's a lot of role play in Peace to the Region 2. And Peace to the Region 2 is going to be Derek. Yes, this is, sorry, I didn't see you commented. Yes, this is a game that I am working on with my local airsoft field. And let's see, let's go here to Peace to the Region 2. Peace to the Region 2 is kind of based off of the winner. And I put it in quotations for a reason, because again, we're working our way to a post-apocalyptic future. So does anybody really win in a post-apocalyptic future other than the zombies? I hope there's zombies. God, I hope Kiowa Creek puts zombies in Pathfinder. But the winning teams from Peace to the Region 1 will be trying to institute their government, their new government, into the region that was taken over. They're trying to institute that government. They have ambassadors. There's going to be embassies trying to be set up. There's going to be civilians, mercenaries. We're not just down to those three factions anymore. again, remember, as the war continues, things start to break up and the pieces start to get bigger and bigger. And, so now we're going to have ambassadors. We're going to have regime. We're going to have splinter cells of old military forces, some that are still actively working. We're going to have POWs. We're going to have mercenary teams. We're going to have a civilian element in Peace to the Region 2. And I kind of have to like write that storyline and get that one fully scripted. I know where I want it to end. And I know where I want it to start. I just need to fill out everything. Yes, high value targets. Yes, it's going to be great. I need to get my sniper before Peace to the Region 2. If that fills you guys in on anything, I need to get my sniper before Peace to the Region 2. Hope I can buy my sniper before then. But because I'm totally going to do the snipey thing because 1, I miss it. 2, it's fun. And 3, I just need to get it for, Anyway, but yes, there will be high value targets. There will be, there will be the option. You can basically run whatever you want to as long as it accomplishes the goal of the story. Because, again, Peace to the Region's that thing that's going to get us to Pathfinder. Because as fun as Pathfinder, open world, and it's a thing, but okay, well, how do we get to that? So as long as it fits, and that should absolutely fit. You should totally do the mercenary stuff then, because the mercenaries are going to be for hire. I'm working on buying a bunch of play money right now. It looks like Monopoly money. It's not Monopoly money. It's like knockoff Monopoly money, but I'm working on like buying just a crap load of Monopoly money to hand out to players, to hand out to governments. Governments are going to have more. The mercenary groups may have, a little bit more to start with. So that way people can buy intelligence. They can buy so they can buy intelligence. They buy sorry, Derek's asking me a question. No, there's not necessarily multiple ways to win. There's a couple of events that have to be overcome, Derek, in order to get to the end. Thermonuclear fallout. Don't give the ending away, Chaz. Can we capture and stage officials' assassinations? You guys are really good, and I don't like it. But yes, there is going to be some of that in Peace to the Region 2. Peace to the Region 2 is going to be a political climate in chaos, a political climate. Everybody is going to be trying to establish and clamor for power and try to keep getting to it. In Peace to the Region 2, like all good poems, it will rhyme with Peace to the Region 1. There is an evic post. What's the evic? Marky, tell me what the evic post is. I can't see it. Team balancing. As far as team balancing goes, yes, we're going to make sure that in Peace to the Region, we're going to try to make sure that everybody is as balanced as possible. Obviously, we're going to have 3 factions. So if an odd number of people show up, we're going to try to make sure that all the teams are within like 1 to 2 people of each other. So if we have to shift people around and one side's not perfectly tan and one side's not perfectly green and one side's not perfectly like post-apocalyptic, we're going to try to make sure that they're all balanced, because I'm designing in the rule sets, and this is for Peace to the Region 1. I'm designing the rule set for Peace to the Region 1 to keep it balanced with the rules, not necessarily the number of the players, but the rules. And that way, no matter how many people show up, we should be absolutely catching the officials and then hold them hostage. Be okay. Who's to say it's going to be an accident? How do you know somebody doesn't pay you to do that? This guy. I'm going to pay some people. I'm going to pay a lot of people. I'm going to be a civilian. I'm going to pay lots of people. Of course, I'll have to get the money for it first. Anyway, so... but yeah, I'm trying to design the rule set so that the rules, no matter how many players we have show up, we can kind of make sure that everything is established, that if we have 77 people show up, or if we have, 32 people show up, or if we have whatever odd number of people we have show up, that whatever odd number of people we have show up, we can make it work. And again, these games are not going to be entirely open world. I'm working to that. Peace to the Region 3. I have not yet started writing because that one in my brain is somewhat complicated. I have to get, because Peace to the Region 3 is the epic climax to the story. Okay. I do already have an idea that essentially governments will no longer be in power, and you're going to have small, fractured, segmented groups, part of the mercenary groups, part of the, you're going to have part of like the mercenary groups, part of maybe the original 3 factions, but you're going to have these small groups, and they're all going to be trying to still kind of do that power grab and that power play. And they're going to be trying to enslave this, the civilians, and the civilians are going to rise up, or, a crazy political lunatic is going to rise up. And essentially this is going to be the climactic end to, No, the first episode is not going to be open world. No, the first episode is going to be very scripted. Matt, you came in a little later. I was explaining this a little earlier. So if Peace to the Region 1 is very scripted and Pathfinder is open world, then 2 and 3 are going to try to break down. Here, I tell you what, I can actually pull up my Facebook right now. So if you message me the picture, I can actually see it because I have my Facebook pulled up over here. Let me attempt to send a message to you. Okay, Allison. And okay, Marky, I'm sending you. There we go. Okay, just accept my message request, and you can show me the picture. And yeah, so going back to Matt, Peace to the Region 1. No, it's going to be very scripted. Peace to the Region 2. Peace to the Region 2. God, I can't speak. We're going to start getting down into letting the players be a little bit more free with their characters, be a little bit more open, but still directing the storyline in a way to get through the story, to get us where we need to go. And then, by the way, guys, if you want to see a different angle, if this angle doesn't work for you, I am also streaming on YouTube, and that's more of a direct, straight on angle. So that's why the microphone's here. If you guys want to see, and then Peace to the Region 3, players are going to be able, there's going to be a couple of points that need to be hit in order for Peace to the Region 3 to hit that note to get us to Pathfinder. And that's the problem, is starting with a very scripted game and going to a very semi, like 25% scripted game. That's Peace to the Region 2. I'm actually, I like I said, I know the story beats. I know where to go. Peace to the Region 3. Man, that one's just getting tough. That one is getting very tough. Darren's in. Darren, welcome. And share this with all of your friends. Everybody, this is Peace to the Region. That's what we're talking about. And I am answering as many questions as humanly possible. And oh yeah, no, that, yeah. The device, we may have, Marky, we may have something very similar to that. Is it just a one-day event? Okay, no. So Peace to the Region 1 is 1 day. Peace to the Region 2 is probably going to be like the following Saturday. Peace to the Region 3 is going to be the following Saturday. So there are 3 separate one-day events that all come together to make one horribly concocted story by me. Yeah, so just keep asking those questions, guys. I'm really enjoying being able to answer the questions, and you guys are giving me a lot to think about. Darren, Peace to the region. Can we do technicals? People are asking. They want to know if we're doing technicals. Answer the people. Darren, answer the people. But yeah, Marky, I totally checked out that picture. That thing's awesome. And then we're gonna try to work on something very similar to that. So, well, I'm looking at Facebook right now, and I just realized like you guys have like an amazing shot of my crotch. That's terrible. Wow, I apologize. And oh God, my wife is in. Oh God. Well, thank you guys for watching. That's all the time we have for questions tonight. But yeah, my wife showed up. Derek, when is this supposed to take place? Peace to the region. One is supposed to take place in. Okay, no technicals. Darren says no technicals. Just I have no idea. Don't do that. Darren, I need answers. Don't use mansplaining. My wife will. Yes, I would love beer, baby. Are you going to get beer? Oh, I think my wife is going to go get me beer. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Royce, and my wife is going to bring me beer. Oh, so happy. Oh, by the way, for everybody watching, don't forget to go to the invite a lot of people to subscribe to the YouTube channel because I'm giving away a couple of $50 gift, and on top of giving that away, in order to enter that little contest dealio, if you didn't see the beginning of this stream, go to my Facebook page, and to enter, just go and go to the roast runner comment and just roast me. Come up with, if you've seen my videos, you know how to roast me. Come up with a good burn. Top 2 roasts, top 2 people that burn me are each going to receive one $50 gift card. So, Derek, I'm sorry. I believe I was trying to answer you earlier. The chat in Facebook is going nuts right now. Thank you, everybody, for being. Hey, Scott. Hey, it's Scott. Scott, do I know you? You must know me. I feel bad now. Hi, Scott. Everybody say hi to Scott. Sorry, it's really hard to balance this whole 2 social media live streams going on at the same time. That is very, it's wigging me out right now. This is very unprofessional. I will get better at this in the future. Derek, end of June through July is when these 3 events are supposed to take place, as far as I know. So hopefully that explains it well enough to you, dude. But yeah. You mean walking? Yes, thank you, Chaz. I appreciate it. So hopefully, I know this was a really long stream, guys. I apologize. I mean, how long have I been going at this point? 45 minutes almost. I think people want to know vehicles. Yeah, vehicles. Yeah, Chaz is right. Vehicles. I don't know. Like I said, peace to the region too. I would recommend going to Pathfinder. That's probably going to be a lot. I don't want to dog on my own game. I really don't. Like, I'm really proud with what I came up with, and I've shown it to a select group of people who all have a lot of milsim experience and a lot of game experience. And they've all said that they really like this idea. They like where it's going. They like what it has the potential to do. And it really just matters on the player base. I think if the player base shows up and they're there to have a good time, if they're there to have a good time, I think they're going to have a good time. If they're there to be like, well, I'm going to come here to judge this event because I hit Milsom West every year, they're probably not going to have a good time. I mean, again, these games, like I said, they're only going to be $15 to $20 to get into each of them. So at $15 to $20 to get in to each of them, I don't know why somebody would complain about a field trying to put on an event for these players. So I don't want to say that my games are going to be bad, but at the same time, if you're into that open world, like LARPing type of event, you might have a really good time going to Pathfinder. I know I'm going to have a hell of a time going to Pathfinder. That's just like backyard airsoft. Because guess what? The players get to make up the rules as they go. Well, not all of the rules, but like most of the rules. I'm sure they're going to have specific rules that they have everybody to follow. But if it's open world, I'm going to run around and shoot people for like the first like 30, 40 minutes. Like that's all I'm going to do. They're going to just be trying to walk and I'm just going to that's what I'm going to do. It's an open world game. What are you going to do? Stop me? Well, probably. I'll probably get shot a lot, but that's my goal. I'm just going to run around and just shoot people for 30 minutes in this open world game and just have a blast. And then probably at that point, people are going to start coming in at me and they're going to say, oh, hey, this guy's running around killing a bunch of people in our little BB Wars Airsoft game, and we're going to go kill him back. So I would urge everybody to go to Pathfinder. Are you going to be at the PSA game Saturday? I don't know yet. Work is up in the air right now. I would love to be at Kiowa Creek on Saturday. I would love to be at Kiowa Creek on Saturday, but the crew that I'm working with right now currently may have other plans for Saturday, and those other plans are going to involve working and making money. So I can't really complain about that, but it always seems like every time there's a special event going on at an airsoft field, like I can't go, and that's really, really irritating. So do you guys have any other questions about the 3 games, about Peace to the Region? And yes, I always get shot, Chaz. I'm well aware of that. And seriously, Darren, with the walking thing, seriously, really? Yes, I know. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions on the Peace to the Region events, just let me know. Drop me a message on Facebook. Talk with me. Like I said, I'm still building 2 and 3. 3 is really, really hard for me. Like I've tried. See, my wife is even saying take off work, but if my crews are working, I'm working. So, but yeah, I'm really hoping that Peace to the Region is a great lead up to Pathfinder. I think Kiowa Creek is going to put on a phenomenal open world game for players. I mean, it's an open world game. So if the players come to an open world game with an open mind, they're going to have a good time. If they're going to come to, the ankle is still healing, Chaz. It's getting better. Still kind of sucks to move certain ways, but yeah, it's getting better. It'll heal over the course of the next like few weeks. I tweaked it pretty damn bad. But yeah, as long as people show up to Pathfinder with an open mind and ready to play with their fellow players and ready to just have fun for 2 days, I think that they're going to have a great time. If they show up with a crap attitude, they're going to have a crap game. That's just how it goes, you know? I mean, and I am trying to build Peace to the Region to get people excited for Pathfinder, to say, wow, I just completed this story that got us from point A to point B, and I really liked it. I really have felt accepted. I really have felt accepted by the airsoft community in Colorado. It's been crazy. Like people meet me once and they're like, dude, hey, what's going on? Like, how are you? Like, how's life? And I'm like, how? And it's just crazy. And so what am I struggling with on the last game? Okay, so what I'm struggling with on the last game is still Pathfinder. Oh, by the way, yes, Pathfinder live stream. Kiowa Creek is going to live stream their rules and do a Q&A on Pathfinder on Friday. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go there on Friday. So that way that they can if there's anything that you bring up and they have a chance to fix it prior to getting to Pathfinder, they're going to do it. As far as Peace to the Region 3 goes, here's what I struggle with is how do you have multiple elements working against each other and then have those elements basically be working on their own. They're free. They're kind of open. They're kind of in an open world environment already while still providing enough of a script to get to the inevitable objective. And that's where I'm struggling a little bit. And I think my answer to Peace to the Region 3 is going to be a lot of, instead of being the clamoring for power of politicians, it's going to be the clamoring for power of ideologies. So religion and politics, and things like that. Maybe some drug lords will be involved in that one, because we're kind of going to be entering like the wild, wild west of. So I'd still have to put all of those moving pieces together in a cohesive manner. And if you guys have any ideas for Peace to the Region 3 as to generally get the game started and give people freedom of how to play the game and script the game while still making people being able to like choose their own characters. So, Chaz's birthday is going to be at Pathfinder. That's legit. Special forces unit are going to be more like Peace to the Region 2, not 3. 3 is a very different game. But yeah, that's the big thing, is how do you do that? And obviously, I mean, it's really easy to just tell a bunch of people, hey, go out on the airsoft field and have fun. Like, that's really easy to do. It's really hard to say, hey, go out on the airsoft field and have fun, and then run up to them and say, oh, hey, by the way, I need you guys to do this, and be able to do that in a manner that makes people still think that they're free. Talk to me at the field. I got some ideas for you. Thank you, Darren. Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to get out there this weekend. I'm gonna try to bring my nephew again. He had such a blast last weekend. I'm really freaking out about these 3 Peace to the Region games, so I might be up at the shack like the whole time I'm there. Just like, we need to work this out. Like, we got to get this all, because I'm so paranoid. I want to make sure like all the details are, we can just hit them and players have a good time. Miguel, what's going on? It's Miguel. He is tuning in. I talked to Miguel earlier today, so that was really cool. My kids are screaming upstairs right now at me, and I don't know why, but they're screaming at me, and I don't know why. So, but Miguel, in case you're just now tuning in, I'm actually talking about the 3-part event, Peace to the Region 1, Peace to the Region 2, and Peace to the Region 3. And these are 3 events I'm working on with Kiowa Creek right now that will lead up to their Pathfinder game. And these events will be the regular cost of admission of what Kiowa Creek is charging. Kiowa Creek, because I'm putting a lot of effort and energy into coming up with these and really trying to work out the details, Kiowa Creek did offer me that they could bump the price up like a couple of bucks, and they would try to pay me. And I told them, no, I'm not building these games. I'm not building these games to get paid. I'm not building these games. I'm not even really building these games to build my channel or anything like that. I'm using my channel to market these games, what little marketing I can do. But I told them, no, I'm not going to take any money for these. I told them, no, I'm not going to do it. And the reason being is because, like I said, I'm trying to just build 3 separate games that tell one cohesive story that lead into an epic open world game that people can be interested in. That's the story I'm trying to tell. That's my pay. If people show up to these 3 games and they say, dude, these were really good, or even if they show up and say, hey, dude, these were good, but here's what you can fix if you ever want to do them again. That's what I want. That would be the thing that I want the most. If somebody's like, man, they were good, here's what you need to do next time to make them even better. Because that's what I want. I don't want to I don't want to let the cat out of the bag before everything goes down, because I still want that story to be somewhat secretive. So as long as that story can be somewhat secretive, I'm going to be super happy about it. Everybody, I have been going on for almost an hour now. If you have questions on Peace to the Region, okay, I want you guys to go to this live video on YouTube. It's named the same thing on YouTube as it is on Facebook. I want you to ask me questions in the comments or send me messages on Facebook to my Runner page. Okay. Send me messages. If you have questions, contact Kiowa Creek. Have Kiowa Creek Airsoft message me and say, hey, people are asking about this. People want to know what the hell's going on with Peace to the Region. I am going to jump off. And did my wife go get beer? Baby, did you go get beer? Either way, even if she didn't go get beer, I still haven't eaten my food that my wife bought for me. So I got to do that. But I'm going to jump off. If you have questions, message me. Let me know what you're thinking. If I can fit it into the game. Again, I do have a story that I have to stay with inside, but I have 3 different parts of that story, and each part is going to play way different. You're not going to show up to Peace to the Region 1 and play it the same way as 2, and you're not playing 2 the same way you played it as 3. No. You're going to get 3 different story elements to one complete story. That's my goal. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook. Share this. Share my channel with everybody because I'm giving away gift cards. At 250 subscribers, I'm giving away gift cards. And to enter that, go to my Facebook and make sure you guys roast me on Runner. There's a post. If you haven't roasted me yet, go do it. Go do it, man. Go. I want to see what you guys got. I want to know what you guys think of Runner. Be cheeky about it. Don't be like horribly mean, but be cheeky about it. And my favorite roasts, my top 2, are each going to get one $50 gift card when I reach 250 subscribers. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing all of you here next time. And let's see if I can do this smoothly on Runner Airsoft.